Hello, welcome to a new video. Welcome to September. It's not technically fall, but if you're anything like me, September means fall, even though the official start isn't until the end of the month. I'm kicking it off early. I am done with summer, even though today, I think it's going to be the last really hot day of the year. But today it's going to be 111, which I think is about 44 degrees Celsius. Early September is kind of like up and down and up and down and up and down. But it's been summer since April. And so I'm just kind of done. And so it's Saturday. I am going to start putting up my fall decorations. I'm going to film that. And then I also I need to film a couple other videos. I thought I would film doing my makeup and have that as one of the videos, but then also make it a fall themed video. It's not specifically a get ready with me, it's just I want to play around with my fall colors and do my makeup to film, and I thought I would do that with you guys. And I kind of want something to go with my wine colored cardigans. I think I'm gonna go with the pinks and purples and warm tones of the Phoenix Rising palette. So that's the one we're gonna go with for today. We're gonna start with Primer Potion while we work on the brows. So let that kind of dry and set on my lids for a minute while we do the brows. Okay, brows definitely need to be tinted. As you can probably tell, it's been a while since I've last tinted them, so they are overdue, but we're just gonna use makeup today to cover them up. So I've got the Allure times Fleur de Force palette or brow palette. I'm just going to use the darkest shade on that. It definitely works better when my brows are tinted, but these Allure brow palettes, it's not just the one that did with Fleur de Force. I've used their brow palettes in the past. Their formula does a really good job of going over dark, so you can see just with a couple coats of that the difference between the two brows. It doesn't cover up all of my little blonde brow hairs, but it does a good job of getting the majority of them covered, and generally filling in the color. And then I'm going to go over the top of that very lightly with the dual-ended brow gel using the Fix and Color, and I'm just going to wipe the excess off on the edge of the tube, and then I go very lightly over my brows with this, because with this all I'm really trying to get are the brow hairs that are kind of still standing out and that are still kind of noticeably blonde. Brows are done. Now we can start playing with eyeshadow. I'm gonna get some brushes out. I need to clean my makeup brushes so badly because they need it. So I'm gonna go in first with this lighter shade at the top called Always Rising as my base color. So on me, it's kind of a nice matte, almost flesh tone. And then I'm gonna go into the crease. We're gonna build this up. So I'm gonna start with Blowing Smoke down here at the bottom, a really beautiful kind of wine burgundy color. So I'm gonna start putting that in to the crease and the corner, the outer corner, and kind of start dusting it on to the first kind of quarter to a third-ish of my upper lash line. So kind of that V shape. As I've talked about before in a number of makeup videos, I'm not a makeup expert. I just like to play, and I feel like fall and winter is when I really like to play with makeup. Probably because, that's when I'm teaching the majority of the time, so I have a reason. This semester I'm teaching on Zoom, but I'm still doing my hair and makeup and looking presentable from the waist up. I'm totally wearing my cozy leggings from Primark underneath, but I'm definitely kind of making myself go through those motions. Oh, also, I meant to mention, yeah, I've got a little friend here. We're gonna ignore him. It's all the stress of the start of the semester and adjusting to teaching on Zoom. It is definitely a new experience for me, teaching on Zoom. I'm familiar with Zoom in general. I've used Zoom, so I'm familiar with Zoom, but teaching on Zoom, a whole new experience. Whole new experience. Okay, so I think that's enough for that color. I'm gonna just kind of clean my brush off with my shadow switch. Might actually switch to a different brush though, because I think I want, might use this one. This has a really nice point on it. Let's give this one a try, and we can soften and blend with that one. So I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of Fly By Night, which is this really dark purple, browny purple, on the end of this brush, and we're gonna see what this does. But I want to put this also in the crease, but much more concentrated just on that immediate outer corner. And I am getting some fallout, but that's okay. So we'll blend this in a second. So teaching is going well overall for me. I'm lucky that I'm working completely remotely. Some teachers at my university are teaching on campus, which sounds really difficult because they're also teaching on Zoom at the same time. So some of their students are in the classroom and some of their students are not. And now with back to this brush, which we've cleaned off, I'm gonna just kind of blend all of that. So yeah, it's interesting. These are definitely very, very, very weird times to be a teacher at any level. I feel like there's really no grade level or academic level of teaching where everything is like normal and easy and people know exactly what they're doing. Like, nobody really knows what we're doing right now. Students and teachers, we're all just kind of winging it and just making stuff up as we go along, trying desperately to make sure that we're at least meeting all of our course objectives and competencies for the class. Yay. So now I'm going to go in with more of a flat brush, and I'm going to use Resurrected Sin, which is a very kind of reddish pink shimmer. Actually, let me swatch that. So there's a couple colors and I'm not sure which ones I want to use and in what order I want to use them. That one's pretty. Okay, I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see that, but that one, Slay, on the bottom, then Resurrected Sin, then Seduction Reborn, and then Fierce Desire. So just gonna kind of keep moving my hand around. I think I'm gonna go in with Seduction Reborn over the outer corner, and then Resurrected Sin more the inner corner. That's what we're gonna do. Of course, I make all of this up as I go along. Not completely unlike my teaching. That was Seduction Reborn, which we're using in that outer corner area to put a dark shimmer over the dark mattes. Then I'm going to really play with this. Then we're going to use Resurrected Sin over the middle. We're using all the colors today, which probably breaks some arbitrary rule of makeup, but I don't really care. Okay, and then I think I want to use Slay on the inner bit. I just tend to play with the colors and layer them and blend them until I like it. That's kind of how I do this. Ooh, I actually think I like that. It's always a bit of a mystery until it all comes together. I'm going to go back with a little bit more of the Resurrected Sin, the middle color, because I do want that to be kind of the main color. I don't want that to get blended out too much. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Now we gotta clean it up. I'm gonna get a cotton pad and my Garnier micellar water, and we're just gonna clean up that under eye. This is why I haven't done my base yet. This way I can get all of that cleaned up before I do any foundation or concealer or anything. And then we're also going to clean those off, because the last thing I need is to get eyeshadow all over my clothes. Now we need eyeliner. I'm going to use my Quill gel eyeliner that Tamsin got me. I love this stuff. So it's got the little brush, and then you unscrew the eyeliner, and this is just a really nice dark gel eyeliner. So we're going to do a nice line of that right along the upper lash line. While I've been teaching, I've been going back and forth. Sometimes I don't use eyeliner. I think there's one day I didn't do any eyeliner. One day I used this, and 2 days I've done liquid liner. And I'm not wearing makeup for Zoom because I have to. And like, thankfully Zoom has this amazing feature built in where you can soften your features. It's like a filter basically. So I definitely take advantage of that. But I don't know, it just puts me in the teaching mood. Like, it puts me in that mindset. Like, even when I teach on campus, I didn't always do a full face of makeup every day. There were plenty of days where I just did kind of the very basic amount, you know, where I would just do kind of brows, some mascara, maybe a tiny bit of a neutral eyeshadow, and then some blush for some color, just so that I didn't look half asleep. You know, I'm definitely not someone who feels like you must wear makeup to teach in, because guys don't have to. But it is one of the difficult things where it does feel like just that is something that gets you treated a little bit more seriously as a teacher when you look a little bit more pulled together. It's not fair. I don't agree with it. But gender issues with teaching is a whole other video, Andrea, so let's just focus on the makeup today. But I like makeup. I like the creativity of makeup. I like how I feel when I've taken the time to really do my makeup on the days when I feel like it. If I don't feel like it, then I don't feel like it and I don't do it. This is the Lashcraft Big Volume by Sephora collection. I'll kind of come in so you can see a before and after. I do have long lashes, relatively long lashes. I use Latisse on my lashes. My lashes are long to begin with, but I do like this mascara. This is a little mini one I got in a Lash Stash set from Sephora. I've used it before. I have had the full size version, but of the Sephora collection mascaras, this is definitely one of my favorites. I would probably rank it even in, probably not top 10, but definitely top 15 mascaras. Maybe top 10. It might come in, it might just squeak in at like the number 10 spot. I haven't like sat down to really list out like my top 10 mascaras. I know my top few: Urban Decay Perversion, Too Faced Better Than Sex, Milk Makeup, what's it called? Kush Mascara. Those are probably my top 3, but this one is really good. When I'm using Latisse and I use this mascara or those other 3, I usually don't feel like I then also have to put on false lashes. So I'm not going to bother with false lashes today because I just feel like that's a step too far for the weekend. Although, no, we're not going to do false lashes. Now for the base. Because of the condition my skin is in, I want to kind of keep my base fairly simple. I think I'm going to use a mix. I did this the other day and it worked out pretty well. I'm going to use a mix of the Pacifica All Right Multi-Mineral BB Cream and the Ordinary Serum Foundation. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of this on my hand. My camera just cut out, so I don't know where, but we're doing the base. Put a squirt of that in my hand, and then about 3/4 of a pump of the Ordinary Serum Foundation. So that's what we've got there. I'm gonna mix that around on my fingers and then start placing that on my face. Try to make sure that I like wipe off all of what was on my fingers. I'm gonna go in with a brush that's actually relatively clean. I don't know that this is necessarily a foundation brush, but we're gonna use, it's one of my Bestope brushes. I don't know, got it on Amazon. Super soft, love these. So we're just gonna blend that in. I definitely could go for a facial. I think that's another reason why I keep getting these little friends every now and then. A combination of stress and not being able to go for a facial. Facial, like, studios are open again. I could technically go for a facial, but I'm not there yet mentally. I'm just not quite ready. I'm not ready to go anywhere or do anything where I can't keep a mask on the whole time. So going to the grocery store, going to Target, running errands, going to my physical therapy office, going even to the hair salon is one thing, because I can, and in all of those places I am required to wear a mask. But going to an esthetician right now, I don't know. I'm just not there yet. It's so funny because I feel like we all kind of went on lockdown at roughly the same time. Like, even in other countries, I know my friends in the UK were going into lockdown around the same time that Arizona instituted a stay-at-home order. By the way, I just used a tiny bit of the Pacifica Liquid Cover Full Coverage Lasting Concealer on my friend, and then I've put a tiny bit of the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector Concealer under my eyes. Now we're gonna go in with a little bit of Touche Claw. I'm also gonna grab one of my brushes, one of my concealer brushes, and just kind of blend that concealer. I'm not an expert on full coverage makeup. Plus, this guy is so three-dimensional right now. I don't think any amount of concealer is going to hide it completely, but that's fine. We're gonna focus on the under eyes. So I'm using Touche Claw in shade 1 under my eyes, not going all the way up under my eyes, but kind of just below, along that, the bone, the cheek, top of the cheekbone there. Do that there. And then with shade 0, I'm gonna do a little bit on my forehead and down the center of my nose and in my cupid's bow there. Touche Claw was one of those products that for years I was just like, whatever. It's just a like really expensive kind of luxury product that people like to use but no one needs. And then I can't remember why. Oh, I found it at Nordstrom Rack for like half the price. And so I thought, okay, when am I ever gonna get a chance again to try it? And I fell in love with it. So now, like, some days it's like the only concealer I use. Like, if I'm just doing a tiny bit of makeup, I'll still use that just to brighten up under my eyes. So I'm a Touche Claw convert now. Now we're doing color on the face. I'm gonna use my little baby bronzer from Hourglass. This is in Luminous Bronze Light. It's one of their ambient powders. So I'm just gonna kind of put that in the hollows of my cheeks and a little bit across the top of my hairline. I'm not a huge bronzer person. I'm really not, and this is also a little dark, so we're gonna take that foundation brush and just blend. Definitely more of a blush person than a bronzer person, but I do like a little bit of bronzer. Now I'm going into the Back Talk Urban Decay palette. We're just using all the palettes today, basically. And I'm gonna use their blush called Double Take, which is this one right here. And then we're gonna follow that with the highlighter in Low Key right here. And then dot that right onto the cheeks. And we're gonna blend and go back to that foundation brush. And then get my highlighter brush. I like this highlighter because it looks very kind of orangey in the pan, but it actually goes on really nicely. I'm not sure if that's gonna how well that's going to show up on the camera. And then I'm going to do a little bit along the brow bone, tip of the nose, and Cupid's bow. Okay, so that is the makeup more or less done. I'm going to sort out my hair because it is a mess. So I'm going to sort out my hair and then I will come back and we will finish up this video. Okay, so I'm about to start filming another video, so I thought I would come out here. So hair's done. I've just waved it very loosely. I've put on some lipstick. I've added the matte cream lip crayon in Glace or Glacé. So I've added this. It is definitely one of my more autumnal lip colors because it is just a little bit darker and deeper. So I've added that. Let you kind of see the eyeshadow in more natural lighting up close. I'm loving how it turned out. Now it is time to get myself comfortable. I'm liking my new kind of filming setup over here. So I'm going to end this video and start filming another video, which you will see on my channel very soon. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. That would be amazing. Say hi in the comments. Let me know what your favorite kind of fall makeup is, what colors or palettes or products you kind of turn to around this time of year. I'd love to know. And yeah, I will see you all soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye-bye.